welcome to the 74th All-Star Game. And now it's time to meet the National League coaches and reserves. First, the coaches. From the Pittsburgh Pirates, manager Lloyd McClendon. From the St. Louis Cardinals, manager Tony La Russa. Now the players. From the Arizona Diamondbacks, outfielder Luis Gonzalez. From the Atlanta Braves, shortstop Rafael Furcal. Selected to start but unable to play due to injury, second baseman Marcus Giles. Outfielder Andrew Jones. Pitcher John Smoltz. And pitcher Russ Ortiz. From the Chicago Cubs, pitcher Mark Pryor. And pitcher Kerry Wood. From the Cincinnati Reds, third baseman Aaron Boone. From the Colorado Rockies, injured and unable to play this evening, pitcher Sean Chacon. And outfielder Preston Wilson. From the Florida Marlins, second baseman Luis Castillo. Third baseman Mike Lowell. And pitcher Dontrell Willis. From the Houston Astros, pitcher Billy Wagner. From the Los Angeles Dodgers, catcher Paul LaDuca. And pitcher Eric Gagne. From the Milwaukee Brewers, outfielder Jeff Jenkins. And first baseman Richie Sexson. From the New York Mets, pitcher Armando Benitez. From the Philadelphia Phillies, pitcher Randy Wolf. From the Pittsburgh Pirates, pitcher Mike Williams. From the St. Louis Cardinals, pitcher Woody Williams. From the San Diego Padres, outfielder Rondell White. Now let's meet the American League All-Star reserves and coaches. First, the coaches. From your Chicago White Sox, manager Jerry Manuel. From the Minnesota Twins, manager Ron Gardenhire. Now the players. From the Anaheim Angels, pitcher Brendan Donnelly. From the Baltimore Orioles, outfielder Melvin Mora. From the Boston Red Sox, shortstop Nomar Garciaparra. Catcher Jason Varitek. From your Chicago White Sox, designated hitter Carl Everett. And outfielder Maglio Ordonez. From the Cleveland Indians, pitcher CC Sabathia. From the Detroit Tigers, outfielder Dimitri Young. From the Kansas City Royals, injured and unable to play this evening, first baseman Mike Sweeney. And pitcher Mike McDougall. From the Minnesota Twins, pitcher Eddie Guardado. From the New York Yankees, pitcher Roger Clemens. And first baseman, Jason Giambi. From the Oakland Athletics, pitcher Mark Mulder. Pitcher Keith Folk. Catcher Ramon Hernandez. And pitcher Barry Zito. From the Seattle Mariners, pitcher Shigetoshi Hasegawa. Second baseman Brett Boone. And pitcher Jamie Moyer. From the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, pitcher Lance Carter. From the Texas Rangers, third baseman Hank Blaylock. From the Toronto Blue Jays, outfielder Vernon Wells. And pitcher Roy Halladay. Now let's meet the National League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the Chicago Cubs, Dusty Baker. The National League honorary captain, an 11-time All-Star and 2003 inductee into the Baseball Hall of Fame, Gary Carter. Leading off from the St. Louis Cardinals, shortstop Edgar Renteria. Batting second from the St. Louis Cardinals, center fielder Jim Edmonds. Batting third from the St. Louis Cardinals, left fielder Albert Pujols. Batting fourth from the San Francisco Giants, designated hitter Barry Bonds. Batting fifth from the Atlanta Braves, right fielder Gary Sheffield. Batting sixth from the Colorado Rockies, first baseman Todd Helton. Batting seventh from the St. Louis Cardinals, third baseman Scott Rowland. Batting eighth from the Atlanta Braves, catcher Javi Lopez. Batting ninth from the Montreal Expos, second baseman Jose Vidro. And warming up in the right field bullpen from the San Francisco Giants, pitcher Jason Schmidt. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2003 National League All-Stars. Now let's meet the American League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the Anaheim Angels, Mike Scioscia. The American League honorary captain, a 10-time All-Star who put the go in Chicago's Go-Go Sox of the 1950s, Luis Aparicio. Leading off from the Seattle Mariners, right fielder Ichiro Suzuki. Batting second from the New York Yankees, second baseman Alfonso Soriano. Batting third from the Toronto Blue Jays, first baseman Carlos Delgado. Batting fourth from the Texas Rangers, shortstop Alex Rodriguez. Batting fifth from the Anaheim Angels, left fielder Garrett Anderson. Batting sixth from the Seattle Mariners, designated hitter Edgar Martinez. Batting seventh from the New York Yankees, center fielder Hideki Matsui. Batting eighth from the Anaheim Angels, third baseman Troy Gloss. Batting ninth from the New York Yankees, catcher Jorge Posada. And warming up in the left field bullpen, from your Chicago White Sox, Esteban Loaiza. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2003 American League All-Stars. Ladies and gentlemen, baseball lost one of its pioneers last month with the passing of Larry Doby, who in 1947 became the first African-American player in the American League. Please direct your attention to the video board for a tribute to the life and legacy of Larry Doby.
Lawrence Eugene Doby.
This is the All-American game. I think All-Americans should be a part of it.
Exceptional athletic prowess, and a staunch constitution led to an extraordinary playing after integrating the American League in 1947.
What he had to go through as a first black, he had to endure by himself. This shows a true mark of man. Shows a true mark of man.
Well, I'm a great admirer of Larry Doby's. He was a teammate, fine player, and very, very competitive.
Another long smash by Larry Doby.
He was a great ball player and certainly a very important man in American history.
The one thing that makes me happy is that I've been successful, and those people who try to make it tough for me, I can look at them and smile.
Fans, we ask that you please observe a moment of silence in honor of Larry Doby.